Alright, it's Jared, I'm on chess.com, going to play a 10-minute game. Let's go, no time to waste. And the game has started and I'm paired up with a 1444 from the Philippines. I'm starting off with 1e4. And I'm just going to get my knight out. I'm not going to take this pawn. See if I can get a time advantage early on in this game. Bishop here. If he plays bishop here, I can take this pawn. If bishop c5, I take the pawn. Okay, I think this works. Because of a fork. I played d4 and there's a fork. So I will get my piece back. The material will be even, but the point of this is to get rapid piece development. Okay, I'm not afraid of that. I'll just back up. So he still needs to deal with his piece. His two pieces being attacked. And I'm going to recapture with the queen. Best move I think is bishop takes d4, so I'll put this as a pre-move. And he doesn't go for that, which I think is very strange. Now I'm attacking his other knight. But now he can take this pawn, right, that's the point. So bishop d2, I think, is pretty much forced to deal with this pressure on c3. So he's going to give me my double isolated pawns on the c file, double isolated pawns on the c file, or he's just going to take my bishop. Okay, if he takes my knight, I'll recapture with the queen. And so material is even. And okay, he's maintaining this pin on my knight. I'm just going to castle queenside. May have potential pressure on this d7 pawn. And I could even put more pressure on it with bishop g4. And I've got ideas of maybe f4, f5. Just pushing these pawns forward. Get my other rook working somehow. Maybe rook e1, since this is a semi-open file. I might want to put a rook there. So I'm ahead on the clock. I'm going to put that as a pre-move. I think bishop g4 is a pretty natural looking move. And it makes sense. I'm attacking the d pawn. Okay. So I will attack the d pawn. Or will I unpin first? Let's just put pressure on this d pawn. I suppose the pawn can move, but then I've got e takes. I can capture en passant here, and I'm going to do that without thinking about it too much. Now I can take this pawn. Bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, rook takes f2. Probably not the best, but I've actually got, no I don't. I thought I had this check, but I don't because the rook's on it. Okay, maybe I should just unpin. Should I just unpin or kick this bishop? What's best? I'll kick this bishop. Okay, so what's going on here? Make a decision, bishop. And maybe rook h to e1 is an idea. Okay, I can play b4, bishop goes back, more pressure on this pawn. Don't think I like that. Do I have any forcing moves? Let's just go rook h to e1, get my rook on an open file. And now I've got the threat of bishop e6 check, but it doesn't really do anything. King just moves. And so what? So what's happening? I want to get rid of this bishop. The bishop just moves voluntarily. Okay, it's attacking my h7, my h2 pawn. But let's see. I just want to save this pawn. I'll just play this. There's also pressure on f2. You know, I was talking about this whole idea of playing bishop e6 check. He can actually just take it. If rook takes, he can take because his bishop was guarding his queen. But then actually I would, after he recaptures, I'll get my piece back. So that it doesn't actually do anything. I thought it did, but what about just knight here attacking the rook? But then where does the rook go? This bishop's unprotected. Maybe I should just deal with this attack first. I don't think there's a rush. I have a nice looking position. I just need to play some sensible moves. Okay. Okay, he's attacking my bishop. So if I trade, plays rook takes. I'll get the bishops off, why not? I don't really have knight takes pawn, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes. I'm on this pawn. Not convinced by that. Is there anything better? How about... let's get some pawns rolling. Get my pawns rolling. How about I try and get my knight to e5? That looks like a reasonable plan. What's the best way of getting my knight to e5? Here, 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 here. Knight e2 to g1 to f3 to e5. Is that too slow? It could be. Although I've actually got ideas now of queen d4 attacking the a7 pawn. What else does queen d4 do? Does it do anything else? Never mind about that, but he could have just played bishop b6. What about knight takes? I'm just always looking for these tactics on these pawns, but none of them seem to be working or doing a whole lot. So he's getting some pawns rolling. Maybe I should just block this. Or play this. b4 takes. Rook comes here, king here. Do I even need to worry about it? What about just knight here? I'm going to reposition my knight. Maybe to d4. Is getting a knight to d4 any good? It could threaten to come into e6. Or I could continue with this plan of knight g1 to f3 to e5. So now, knight here. What's happening here? What's he threatening? That's another good question to be asking yourself. Although I got this move. No, hold on. What's this move doing? Not really a whole lot. You could come here. I think I'll give it a go. I don't really know what my plan should be at this point. Maybe I should shut this down with just a4. I think I will just do that. If c5, maybe knight b5, attack the bishop. This pawn will become weak. Aha! Knight b5. I think I might be close to winning a pawn. He doesn't even need to move his bishop, but if he does move his bishop, I might just chop. Oh, okay. If I take... Is there any need to take? Okay, don't think so. Can I get my queen somewhere else? I'm kind of stuck. What about rook here? And doubling rooks. Rook e4. Rook d to e1. Are these pawns going to become dangerous? I think they might become dangerous pretty soon. What's the plan? What is my plan? He wants to get a rook on the e file. I'm just going to double, preventing him from putting a rook on the e file. Okay, he's persistent with this. But now if I take, he plays queen takes. And I can attack his queen. Or I could triple, actually. Still preventing this idea, I think, because rook here takes. Yes, I'd be up a piece. So there's no rook e8 at this point. But I'm running out of ideas. Is this knight really actually doing much for the position? I don't know. Maybe I should just play b3. No, maybe I think I should maintain my pawn's flexibilities and not move them. Rook here now could be annoying. I don't actually see many good moves. Maybe I've got a queen check coming up. My rooks are getting active, which is a good thing. My heavy pieces are all on this file. I can get the queens off with this check. Does it benefit me though? Probably not. Check, queen takes, rook takes. Maybe I can start munching these pawns. You know, I don't really know what to do, so I think I'm just going to go for this. Should I take on my other rook or this rook? He could just move his king. He doesn't have to take my queen. Or does he? Or does he? If he doesn't take my queen, he does move his king. Can I take here? Rook takes. Check. He blocks with this rook. Then I grab this rook. He takes here. Or is there something better? Take the queen, rook takes. Check. This rook comes back. I'm not sure, but I gotta make a decision. What about queen takes rook? Queen takes... No, that doesn't do anything. There's gotta be something here though. What about queen here? I'm gonna try this. So I'm threatening this pawn. So queen takes, rook takes, and then maybe I can bring my other rook up. Okay, and now rook on e to e7. And I'll be tying my opponent down. This knight is actually... It's sort of not really doing much. I want to keep a rook on the 7th. And maybe march my king up. Although material is even, I feel like my position is probably better. Let's stop this. Okay, from going any further. King d2 maybe? This bishop's kind of locked out actually. That's sort of a good thing about this knight. b5. Let's just bring the king up. Get my king to d3. Oh. Maybe not. Here, no. Bring the rook back. I don't know exactly how to play this position with such low time. Okay, I can take, then he takes and play rook here. I'll play rook here. Okay, maybe I can play rook d4. Okay, now I can munch this pawn and just bring my king up. If he attacks my knight, I can just take this pawn to defend my knight. And now I am up a pawn, And I should be able to march my king in to get to these pawns. His bishop is close to being trapped. Okay, gotta think quickly. I could play a check here. He's very low on time. I just got to move. I have to move. One second. Okay, and he lost on time. Am I winning in this position? Probably. I think I'm probably going to queen first. But that was a tight game. Let's go back and take a quick little look at it. He's offered a rematch, but I'm going to decline. And we had a Petrov. Is that what this is? I think it's a Petrov. I know nothing about this, but this little tactical shot of just taking the pawn. The idea is so I can get fast piece development, but it didn't really work out because now I can take here. But I think I liked my position out of the opening. I didn't know what to do. I kind of ran out of ideas. I moved my knight around to get into b5, and this pressure on the e file was pretty good, I think. Got the queens off, got a pair of rooks off, and here I was able to win a pawn. I think this endgame is winning, but time pressure proved to be the decisive point, and my opponent ran out of time. But I think this is winning for white. Not sure. I'll have to check this. But I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.